Scaling along the z-axis lets us exaggerate the appearance of depth along the z-axis. And to demonstrate that, I'll select this card and add a transform. Under Scale, we'll just adjust the value under z-axis and nothing happens. Which is exactly what is supposed to happen. What, Grimmer? Great question. Let me explain. Before anything can work, we actually need depth. So let's position these elements along the z-axis. But remember, in order to do non-isometric 3D stuff, we need to include... What?
You just wanted to say non-isometric.
That's what it is. Isometric doesn't distort and
perspective projection does. I get it, but I still think you said it just to say it.
True. Let me select the section and turn it into sort of a camera. I'll go into these transform options and add a children perspective. 1000 pixels. Look at the difference.
There is no difference.
Okay. That's because I didn't yet add the position. We can add distance between these elements by giving them different values along the z-axis. And here's where this becomes fun. Now that I've adjusted the distance here along the z-axis, I can select the parent element. In other words, with the card selected, let's now go in and adjust the z-scale. And voila! We can see that the depth of these elements is being exaggerated along the z-axis. What if we rotate this card? We can rotate our card on the y-axis and really see the effect z-scale has on our elements. We can see that depth in 3D space. That's how z-scale works. But what if we wanted to take this a step further? What if we wanted this effect to happen on hover? Well, with our card selected, we're in our non-state, but we'll do the hover later. Let's adjust our z-scale to a lower value that isn't 0. Because if we set it to 0, we break the laws of space and time, creating a virtual black hole that would take 1 second to fix.
That's not even science.
My computer is literally smoking.
No, that's Vanilla Bean from White Barn.
Whoops, won't see that. Thank goodness for editing. Instead, let's set it to something like 0.001. And for our rotation property, let's set that to 0 as well. So it's flat before we hover over it. But if that's our non-state, let's start styling the hover state. We can go into hover and we can affect what happens when our mouse hovers over this card. In our existing transform property, we can increase scaling along the z-axis. And we can affect our rotation property too. We can also add our rotation on the y-axis. That way, when we hover over it, it does a nice little rotation at the same time. If we preview now, boom, kind of cool.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
That's right. Not really. Yeah.
Because we need a transition.
Yeah, okay. That's an excellent note. Back in the non-state, we need our transition. We always add transitions in none. We'll choose the type of transition from the list of options here. We'll select transform. Once we do, we can use the default duration or add our own. Let's do 1000 milliseconds. And for extra drama, let's use an easing curve. Now, let's preview our work. And when we hover over our card, boom, we've just created an exploding card. And yes, the text is still selectable. But that's using z-axis scaling.
I can make it better.
You're requesting design control. It says you've made design changes.
Yeah. White Barn?
No. This one is real.